Hello everyone, Randy here, and I've got a little computer project we're working on here at the moment. Got my, I call it a server. It's basically just another computer here. Got a couple of fans going out on it here. Actually, I think it's got two 80 millimeters and a 120 millimeter fan that's going out, so a total of 3 fans. Plus, I noticed another one in here is not running. I'm not sure if that's just because I have it disconnected or it's busted, but we'll find out. So, get this thing open up. This, like I said, I call this my server. This does not, for those of you who play on my farming sim, this is not what runs the farming sim server. I just use this to store files. Makes a central location I can store files and access them from. I can even access them across the web if I wanted to. I've done that before, but I really never used the feature that much, so I just turned it off. I figured not really a good idea to be sharing files across the web if I don't have to, so. And if I don't use it, no sense having it on. Okay, so there it is. AMD-based system here. CPU cooler. I don't remember the exact model number of the motherboard for those of you wondering. The CPU is an 8-core, 4 gigahertz AMD CPU. A rather large CPU at the time I got it. And for an AMD system, this wasn't that expensive a system. I think the CPU there was like 160 bucks or something like that. Or maybe it was 260. It might have been 260. And maybe the board was somewhere in there. It's about 500 bucks for this. Not counting the hard drives down here. Turn the camera down just a little bit so you folks can maybe see that a little better. And actually straighten it up. There we go. And you can see a little SATA RAID card in there. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hard drives in this particular case here. The way I do it, folks, is all my important hard drives are data mirrored. So I got my 2 main where I store all my files. That's the 2 right here. These are 1 terabyte hard drives. And they are RAID arrayed in RAID array 1. So they're data mirrored, exactly identical to each other in theory. And I actually have had one of these fail and have had to replace one of these. So say I only had 1 hard drive, it failed, data. Well, it wouldn't have been gone yet because I still pack it up. But it, would have been a lot more work. All it was, stick another hard drive in, tell it to data mirror to that hard drive, and away I went again. Same thing over on, I believe it is this one here, these 2 here, and apparently I don't have that one labeled. I'm going to have to get in there and do that. This is what I call my media hard drives, where I store all and process all my YouTube videos from. It is a 3 terabyte, and it was another 3 terabyte. I had a 3 terabyte fail. I now have a 6 terabyte in there, and at some point if that one ever fails, I'll replace it with another 6 terabyte. But at the moment, I've got data mirrored between a 3 and a 6. Only for 3 terabytes, so there's an extra 3 terabytes on this hard drive I can use for something else. Up on this side here, I got 2 SSDs. The one SSD is for the operating system. The second SSD is for servers I run. So I run a farming sim server, a Minecraft server, TeamSpeak server. All that's running off this SSD hard drive right here. These are all private. My farming sim server on this, and I do run a farming sim server on here. It's for mostly testing purposes. So that's the point of that. It's not a public server, just a testing one. Minecraft server, again, is just a private Minecraft server. And then I've got a couple other backup hard drives in here. So there is and I want to clean this up too. There's a couple more 1 terabytes. There is a Western Digital Raptor hard drive here that I use to back up my SSDs onto. And then there's also another backup hard drive up here. So I'm probably going to do away with, this is a 500 gig. And I might get rid of the Raptor hard drive too, we'll see once. And then I got, like I said, 2 more 1 terabytes and a 1.5. A lot of hard drives in this unit. So anyway, not the main purpose of this video. Main purpose of this video, let's see if I can get you folks in close here. If folks can see, one moment here. We got 2 fans there. They are 2 80 millimeter fans that are failing. And then I've got 120 up here that's failing. And then back in there, hopefully the camera will get it. There's another one, and then there's another one back here. I've got to look at this one yet too. I'm not sure if this one's working good. This one is making a rattling sound. And these two I've actually got unhooked because they were making a horrendous rattling sound. So let's get to it here. And prop you guys up here so hopefully you folks can see. Got the screwdriver. Gonna be a little tight working in here maybe. So what I'm gonna do, pull both of these hard drives out here. Western Digital. When it comes to hard drives, that's pretty much the only brand of hard drive in here actually. And these are screwed in. So I'll take the screws out here a minute. I should have brought my power screwdriver, I guess. Oh well. And what I can actually do, turn this around so folks can actually maybe see what I'm doing in the back here. Got some dust in there, obviously. Okay, move this back around here. Well, these fans should just come out. These were, oh yeah, I see I got both of them disconnected there. These are just some cheap fans at the time that I replaced them with. Cool, I guess they are. Branded fans. They work pretty good. This computer runs 24/7, so I don't know how long those fans ran. But we're going to replace them with a couple of these. And by these are Silenx fans. I've grown to really like these particular fans. The Silenx fans are quiet. I can't necessarily attest to the long lasting of them yet. I haven't really ran them that long. I shouldn't say that. I actually have. My main computer, I've got a couple of minutes. I have not replaced a single one of those yet. So, while I have replaced a few of the other fans, I've never replaced a Silenx fan. So, anyway, we gotta look. Let's see. We're gonna want this blown out. So, airflow out. So we're gonna put them in like that. They do come with these rubber mount, anti-vibration mounts. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these or not, because I don't know if I can get in here to actually get them in. We can try it though. I never actually really used these a whole lot. Not that, when I've noticed these fans, I've got most of these screwed in. I think I have rubber vibration mounts on a few of them, but typically screw them in. Never had a problem with vibration on these anyway, so. But we'll see if we can get this to work. And I did bring a pliers. So here's the problem. I'm not going to be able to get my hands down in here to actually push these onto the fan. So I don't, as long as the fan goes into them by itself, will be okay, but we'll have to see once. And it looks like they do include an extra one because I got 5 of them. No extra screws though. 4 screws. That's it. That's just great because I can add these to my screw collection bin now. I've got more of these screws and I know what to do with. And you know what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to take off the back of this, which is screwed on. Okay. I like it because the front panel has these thumb screws. Okay. Hopefully I can get my hands back in there. That should be good. Now let's see if we can get one of these fans on here a minute. I don't particularly like this. It comes with that extra piece there. It seems like it's gonna get in the way. It is nice if you're gonna plug it into. You don't actually have to go fiddling around to get an adapter, but let's see, like that. Now here's the problem. I'm going to get this fan on, but I'm not probably going to be able to get at least the bottom mount on this side on. Oh, there's always got to be one that's going to cause you a problem in there. Okay. There we go. That seems interesting enough, I guess. Now I might have to take that RAID card out because the ports here, if I get my head in the way here, folks, I can see one under there. And I'm not sure where another fan port is. Might just have to, I guess, do I have any extra? Don't have a whole lot of extra plugs here, do I? Actually, you know what? I might. That plug straight in. No, it cannot. Okay. I do have some up here. I guess I can plug them in up there. I might just do that. Okay, let's get one more in here. Let's see what's if I do something sneaky, like get that bottom one in first, maybe. Can I get my pliers under there? I cannot. Okay. How are we going to get that bottom one in? Even if I take the power supply out, I don't know if I can necessarily get in there. We could try it though. Per the instructions, these are required for warranty for the fan. Not that I'm too particularly worried about it, but I do prefer this computer to run quiet. I do not want to have to hear it. Not that it really matters anyway. I always stick it in the other room so I never hear it anyway, even if it was really loud, but that being said, I still like it to be quiet. Even have the rubber vibration dampener on the power supply. Okay, I might be able to get my hand in there now. Yay, we got it. There we go. Okay, and this one back here is not 100% in yet. There we go. Okay. That looks pretty nice. And I just gotta get this up through there, which... There we go. And like I said, I think we'll just plug these in here, I guess. That's a whole lot easier than trying to get underneath that SATA card. Which, if I do this right, I might be able to get rid of it. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm used to the ones where they actually come out here, or on this side, and you can just plug them in on a series, but you cannot do that with this one. Okay, so I'm going to have to get in under there. Lovely. I could try with the pliers, maybe. And pardon my head, folks, we're probably getting away here. Make sure I get it going on the right way here. Just about had it. You need to get the right angle here. Somehow that doesn't quite look right. Okay, that is in, so let's, I kind of shut it off and paused it there a moment while I double checked and kind of turned it a bunch of different angles, make sure I had it. So let's get this power supply back in here. And we'll just maybe take the camera around this side here. Okay, power supply's in. Okay, folks, and on to the next one here. This is a Ultra fan. Interesting. I must have replaced this fan at some time. I don't think this case came with Ultra fans, but anyway. Do the same thing on this side. This should be, unless I'm wrong, 120 millimeter. At least I hope I'm not, because I do have a 120 millimeter fan to replace it with. And let us see what's here. Where does this one plug in? That plugs in way over yonder. Okay. So we'll get this out here. I like these cases too. They're not the, you know, the ones cut your hand apart type when you got to open them. They just pop them open. There you go. Beautiful looking fan. I got ones without LEDs on them. They do make ones with LEDs, by the way, but this, like I said, sits in the other room. I don't particularly care what it looks like. So. You know, in my opinion, it looks kind of cool. Bright yellow fan like that. Looks pretty good in the case down there. Okay, little garbage pieces laying around here. Get that out of the way. Okay, we're going to try for the rubber mounts again here. Like I say, I haven't used these a whole lot. Only used them a couple of times before, and I'm starting to like them. Okay, make sure I got that on the right way. All these fans are blowing out, by the way. So I do need to check what's going on in the front. Oh, come on, you know you want to get in there. Oh, sorry about that there, folks. It's, what in the world? Why does this one not want to go in? Let's see if I can get one of these other ones here a minute. This top one here is not going to be any fun either, is it? I might end up having to screw this one in. There we go. Now why was that one back there not wanting to go in? There we go. Okay. I guess it just wanted the rest of them in before that one would go in. Okay, I probably should have put that on with the fan facing the other way. In fact, well, Let's see what's we'll run around that way, I guess. I kind of would have probably should have put it around the other way so I could have routed it above the top, but oh well. We'll put her in just like that. Don't want to get in the way of the CPU fan there. That's the thing. And you know what, folks? Maybe we better put it around the other way. Okay, let's do that. Just after I got it all into you. Now that the power cable's there, let's see, can I pull it down that way? Okay, that looks much better. Now I should be able to route this across the top here. Hopefully there's enough cord for that. Oh, yeah, perfect. There we go. Actually, I guess it spins that way. And yeah, like what I said, I like these fans. 12 dBA noise. You'll be hard pressed to find a fan that produces even double what this produces, noise-wise. These are by far the quietest fans I've ever seen. Like I said, most of them are in the 20s when it comes to dBA rating. Probably a little bit lower CFM rating, but the noise level, excellent on these particular fans. Okay, now on to the fun one. Okay, now around to the front of the computer, which looks like I've cleaned this out really recently from the looks of it. Yeah, not really. Let's get that out. That I am not going to be able to do anything with, because that is a 140 millimeter fan. Okay, so never mind that one. Hopefully it still works yet. I will have to... I think that came out somehow. Maybe not. They do make 140 millimeter fans of these, by the way. So I just probably have to pick up one sometime. Filter there, and I'll pull this off. Let's see, make sure I got this right. You can, by the way, remove this, and then you have, I think it's a total of 7 drive bays in this computer. And that I could tell, by the way, was the original brand of the fan, or in the computer, because that is the brand of the case. It is a, let's see, NZXT case. So there's the fan there. We're going to get that all disconnected. Another fan I had disconnected, I'm assuming because it didn't work. Okay, oh, this is a Silenx fan. Begs the question, did it not work or do I just have it disconnected? It feels fine. I think I want to try this out now and see if it actually doesn't work. So, let me get a power cable here a minute and we'll try that. Okay, looks like I might have just had it disconnected because don't know why. Maybe it didn't work and now it's working. So I think we'll just stick it back in and maybe we'll use a couple of those rubber mounts on there for it. Looks like each package comes with an extra one, so if I open one more package here. And by the way, if folks hear a computer running, it's not this one, it's the one behind it. I cannot hear this one. Let's see if it goes back in there like so. And we are going to shut that off. And this is going to pull air in. Okay, there we go. Guess I better disconnect it so I can route it around this way. Okay, folks, and there we go. I think we're all set. Like I said, I had it running there a moment ago. I don't think you folks would have heard anything on this case. Like I said, the computer you probably heard was the one that's, well, I don't know if I can show you. Well, that's my main computer sitting right back there. So that'll do it for this job. We got 3 new fans in it. We got that one hooked up and seems to work. Like I said, there might have been maybe a problem with this one. Maybe after a little while it starts rattling or something. I'll have to test that again and make sure. And if it does, well, I've got another one sitting here. So anyway, with that, if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.